Adding agents the right way is actually very important because it doesn't take long, but you can click something and either give them a whole bunch of permission you don't want to give them, or you could screw something up on even just their MLS stuff. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of how exactly you need to be adding the agents correctly. Now, some people think you need to come in and say like you don't have enough, you don't have enough money on the account for more seats and you need to get more, that you have to come up and purchase more seats beforehand. You don't. You can actually just say add agent and it will pull it right in. First off, how did I get here? Go to settings in the far right. Make sure that you're on company. So everything in this module is pretty much going to be on company side, just so you know. All right, this is all admin stuff. So we're going to say add an agent. Going to say add a member. Come in here. So like I said, hey, you don't have enough seats, blah, blah, blah. Like, all right, cool. Upload their headshot, first name, last name, email address. Now, if the person already has a Lofty system with the email address already attached, you're not going to be able to use it again. So if this is a second system, they need a different email address than what they have on the other system. Or if they're getting rid of their other system and putting everything here, you need to call Lofty and tell them to change the email address that they had on file for the old one, have them add a 1 to it or something. And then that way you can use the correct email right here. I hope that makes sense with what I just said. Their phone number, are they a platform user, display only? Now, on this, if you're just adding people to the website because you're like, hey, this is my marketing person, this is my TC, this is all my stuff. Maybe you have some showing agents that don't need access to the Lofty system. You can do what's called a display only. Now watch this. See this money down here? That goes away. Does not cost money for a display only, which means it's only on the website. They have no access to the system. But if it's going to be a platform user, it does cost money. It is prorated depending on what part of the month that you're in. Now, the permission, this is important. Company admin, standard user. These are the two default ones for Lofty. More than likely, this agent's going to be standard user, okay? I'm going to show you in the permissions profiles how to create more of these, so that way you can have a team lead, or maybe you have certain agents that are part of a like a management team or whatever you call it, right? Maybe they help agents with different things. You can add that here, and I'll show you how to do that. But for right now, I'd say standard user, MLS scope. It says all. If you have multiple MLSs, you can have those checked. The agent ID, you come in here and you add in their MLS name, the sending email that you want. So when you say MLS name right here, it'll then say, okay, what's the person? And then you select the person and it will connect their MLS ID. Sending domain, you choose what the sending domain is. I do not allow them to change their own sending domain. I want everything to be consistent with the site. Address, you can totally put something in here if you want. Company name, you're basically just filling everything else out from here. Self-introduction, this is their bio. This is where you put their bio. Email signature, if they have a special one, you can add it right here. You can just literally put it in. You can even use code if it's HTML with this guy right here. And then put all their social media links and stuff in, if they have some personal photos, if they want to. And then click this agree to the charges down below and click add. Okay. They will then get an email from Lofty inviting them to the system. Once they accept that, everything that you did here will pull right in and you're good to go. Now you may need to add them to the website. So if you go to your website, you go to the block where all the agents are. When you click the edit button, the little pencil on that block, it will pull up and show you all the agents that are there. I usually just say all agents, so that way everything pulls no matter what you're doing and adding. You don't have to think about it on the site, but you may not have it that way, so you may need to check this agent. But that's the proper way to do it. Biggest thing is the permissions right here, connecting their MLS and then making sure their email is not associated with another Lofty account. That is it on adding the agents. Also from there, they do have the ability for like offices, and you can like group people together with agent tags and stuff. It just really depends on how big your team is. If it's just you, don't even sweat that stuff. Even if it's just a few people on the team, don't sweat that stuff. The only time you have that is when it's a massive team.